Hello and welcome back to Debbie J's Crafting Corner, where I show you that if I can make it, you can too. Good morning. We are doing a quick unboxing of this new nail drill that was sent to me. I have recently been working on or trying out anyway, polygels from a cart, and so far I'm liking them. I mean, this set that I have on right now, I did my nails, I think, 4 weeks ago, and the only problem really that I've had is I've had a couple of nails chipped, probably having to do with how much of the stuff I put on, so that's user error, and the amount of growth that I've had come out. So I have to really get these redone, and I'm probably going to get those done either today or tomorrow. And I don't know exactly why, but maybe it was my search history on Amazon checking these things out, but a company contacted me and asked me to try out this nail drill. Now, the company that contacted me was Beebeecraft, and I have done things with them directly before, but it looks like this is something where maybe they're branching out or something, because this is not something that comes from their online store. This actually came from Amazon. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up and let you see what it is. Because what I've been using, because I figure they function the same way, and I had the other, is I've been using a Dremel and just being very careful. This one is specifically designed to use on nails. I mean, you can tell just by the picture on the cover that it is a different design than what you'd see a regular Dremel with. So let's open this box up. Oh, it's so tiny. And because I have never used one of these, I have no idea what really to expect. So this is this is actually smaller than some of my markers. I mean, look at this. This is my Spectrum Noir marker that I usually use. This is smaller than my marker. The barrel is about the same size around, so this should be easier to hold anyway. I have no idea how it's going to work on my nails. So in this little box came the nail drill and a set of bits to go in it, which looks like they all came out or weren't put in there well, but that's fine, I can fix that. A second set of bits. I mean, I know these are standard ones. I think these are ceramic, and from what I've seen online, ceramic is supposed to be easier, especially for, and more gentle, I guess, especially for folks that have never done it before. So that makes a lot of sense. And then we've got some more of the sanding bands, the cord, and a little instruction manual, which you're probably familiar that most of the instruction manuals come in an English-Chinese hybrid that we can't really understand. And my lighting isn't really good right now. Important safety instructions. Keep unit from heater device. That makes sense. How to use. Plug in the USB. So this one is one that you use with the USB the entire time instead of being able to use it without a cord, which makes sense. I know they make cordless ones, but I don't have one. This part is a part that's interesting. It has a little bit about controls. Okay, anyway, there are controls on there that I can't read. Okay, so for one of them there is a forward and a reverse, which is good. I think the other one is for speed. Yes, the other one is adjust the speed. So that means it's easier to control when you're doing your nails. From what I've seen, and when I experienced with my Dremel, is that the the sanding piece can catch on your nail and try to grind it the wrong way and can cause problems, so you want to go in the same direction. Anyhow, I'm going to give this stuff a try within the next couple of days, and I will show you guys the finished product. I'm probably going to be using this outdoors, which means I probably won't have video of that. I do not have a nail fan, which would be pulling in, or a nail dust fan. I'm not sure exactly what they call it, but I don't have one of those that would be pulling all the dust into it and collecting it for me, which means dust from doing this drilling goes everywhere. So I'm going to do that outside so I don't breathe the stuff in. I already have some breathing issues. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the nail drill that I've gotten. It has been a few days since I did the unboxing portion of this video, and I thought I'd go ahead and do basically a quick review of what I've seen so far. I'm looking at the Amazon website and the details there. This is saying that the speed on this is a 20,000 RPMs. It's a USB portable nail drill machine, which USB doesn't necessarily mean portable in my mind, but if you've got, I guess, a little USB power pack, that would work. And it does come with those additional nail bits, drill bits. Now, I have used this, and what I found is, number one, and the only thing I really have to compare this to is my Dremel, because I was using my Dremel before. That would probably be a good thing for me to look up is see what the speed on a Dremel tends to be. So I'm on the Dremel website and I'm trying to find something that looks the most similar to mine, because mine is old and it was one that my husband had before me. But looking on here, there is the 200 series, I think, is probably closest to mine, and that one allows the speed of 15,000 to 35,000 RPMs with the flip of a switch. Now, I think I was running at the lowest speed, which this says is 15,000, but I'm thinking must be stronger because this, number one, it was a lot quieter, which is great, but to me it seemed like it wasn't, I don't think it went quite as fast. I don't think the speed was nearly as high, which is a good thing as well, because that means you won't damage your skin or hurt yourself as easily. So those, I think, are both positives, but I don't know how it compares to others. So if you have used a nail drill in the past and have a little more knowledge than I do on this one, which would be really easy if you've used them, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I don't know what the average speed of a good nail drill is, so I don't know how this stands up for that. In addition, though, the price on this was only $24 with free shipping from Amazon. So that also should tell you that this one is a low-end nail drill. Otherwise, the pricing wouldn't be that inexpensive, but then again, newbies like me wouldn't be willing to try it. I mean, that was a price that I probably would have been willing to pay at some time coming up. In the meantime, though, my Dremel was working fine. However, it was a little harder to try to do what they call the clean out underneath the nails, because I'm learning. I'm not that good at this. I am putting too much product on my nails. So your nail is supposed to go flat and straight across. So it's supposed to be lined up with your finger, and it's supposed to be lined up with the center of your finger. So that way you have it straight and you have it mostly natural coming down this way. This finger, if you noticed, the nail is turning slightly upwards, meaning I am having the form not tight enough onto my finger, and I wound up with a little bit extra. Now, one way to fix that is, of course, go back and redo the nail and do it correctly, which can take a time because you have to file all the stuff off using your nail drill. The nail drill definitely saves time with that compared to using a regular nail file. But you can also use one of the bits to clean on the underside. I don't know all the details about how all of the bits work, you know, what each one is for. What I've learned so far is that this one here, this long pointy one, is great for cuticles. This one here is supposed to be good for cleaning out under the nail. And I believe these two and this one are real good for, you know, cleaning off and reshaping this, basically the top part of your nail. Again, I'm learning, but take a look. These look pretty good. I also realized with this last time around, I used this one. I've only done poly nails twice so far. Full sets, twice so far. The last set, I had improved enough over the first time around that I left them on for basically 4.5 weeks. The last week was because I was out of town, but still, they lasted 4.5 weeks without any problem. I did have, I think, 1 or 2 nails that over the period of it, because of my malfunction, that did have a break in the actual nail, but the polish didn't chip at all. It looks, I think that they still looked great even at the end. And I do have a couple of other videos showing my first tryout with polygels and how that's going. So I've got a couple of videos out there so you can see that as well. This last time around, though, I did use this guy, and it did seem to help a lot. It did seem to speed up the process. It's easier to work with than my big Dremel. I am slowly learning how to use it with my left hand because I am right-handed. So those are all different things that you have to take into consideration when you start for the first time using any nail drill. Is you have to learn how to do it, and it's going to take some practice. So hopefully the next time I will have learned enough vicariously through YouTube to do an even better job and have it last just as long. One thing I forgot to mention is that this did get a little warm in my hand when I was using it. I don't know if that is typical for nail drills, but to me it seemed like it probably shouldn't have gotten that hot for the limited amount of time that I was using it. Meaning it was getting pretty warm just doing one nail, and this is something where you do full sets all day long, every day, if it was a professional like the Amazon ad says it is. So I don't know about that. If this is something that you have experience with, that you know whether or not they should be getting warm because of your own experience with your nail drill, please leave a comment down below for me. That being said, at this point, I do think that this is a good entry-level nail drill. I do not know how it stands up to higher priced ones. I know that there are some where they've got a battery pack that you can carry around with you. I know that there's some that are higher power. But again, those are more for professional. This one is supposed to be a professional compact e-file nail file kit. And it may be. I don't know that for sure because, like I said, I haven't tried it before. But I would think that if it was more high-end, that it would probably have more of a variable speed part on it, and it would be a little more powerful than just the 20,000. Another thing, though, I forgot to mention, excuse me. First off, it's USB, so it can plug into, I had it plugged into my computer, used it a little bit at my desk, but I don't have at this point, I have not invested in one of the fans, vacuum fans, so that means the dust goes everywhere, and I have an issue with dust, and I need to clean all this stuff up. So mostly I use this outside with an extension. That also may be why it took longer, because I had a USB extension that may not have put enough power into it. Regardless, I think I'm going to let you guys see what it sounds like too. On this, you've got this part here this little dial is for the speed. And then we've got, don't know what the initial stands for, but it's got RIF. Or the one in the middle, that might be just a line. In the middle it turns off. Okay, I think I figured it out. Rear and front, maybe? It does change the direction that the bit goes. So, and you do get two different sets of the bits, and I think the other one has some ceramic bits which are also even more gentle on your skin. To put these in, see that there's not a way to screw it in. You basically just press it in. It does take a little force. You push that in. It plugs in on the back end. And then you plug it into your USB. And then here is where you would turn it on. Okay, I'm going to hold this up to my mic because I can hardly hear it. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm going to change the direction of the speed. And like I said, you can barely hear the thing, and I think I had it on full speed too. Let me turn it all the way down. That's all the way down. And that's all the way up, and like I said, I think you can hardly hear it. So on these other bits, the football shaped one, they say that one is good for using to clean under your nail, and you basically just go under. And because the speed is either the carbide piece on there isn't that strong. I mean, look, I'm able to touch my skin with it, and It tickles a little bit, but it doesn't hurt, and that is very good, especially for a beginner. So that is basically how that one works. I am learning more all the time about how each of the bits work. Got a lot of little sanding bands, and I had, right before getting this, I purchased a bunch more. And they're different grits, and they are used, I believe, to help to buff off the shine off your natural nail. That's one of the uses I know for it. But anyway, I'm pretty pleased with having gotten this. And I do want to thank Beebeecraft for sending it to me and trusting me to do a review on it. And I may do something going forward depending on... Actually, I probably will do another one if it's something that you guys are interested in, you know, after I've been using this for, say, 6 or 8 months. I mean, with doing my nails only once a month, it really isn't going to get much use. But I can do another review later on if it's something you guys are interested in, let you know whether or not I still like it, that sort of thing. In the meantime, you guys have a wonderful day, and remember, if I can do this, you can too. Have a great one.